Here we have the current stock market update for NIO Incorporated, stock ticker NIO. Before we begin with today's chart analysis, if you find these educational materials to be helpful in your trading, please remember to click the like and subscribe buttons and leave your thoughts below in the comments section so that other traders will be able to find this information more easily on the platform. So here what we're looking at is the 1 hour price chart. Each candle on this price chart represents a 1 hour trading period. As we can see, the stock itself has made some very significant movements higher in recent trading sessions. We have seen price lows coming in right around $3.68, and then developing all the way toward prior highs coming in at $5.61. One of the main issues that we were going to be watching yesterday would be the share price activity right around this $5.61 level. Ultimately, what would have been the ideal scenario would be for share prices to close above that area. But what we have seen here in the trading periods that have followed has been a fairly significant decline to the downside. So this probably has many investors asking important questions at this point. Specifically, is this rally over? Are we ready to see a major crash here after a major rally higher? Is the stock vulnerable at this point? Are we going to start to see prior share price movements that are tested right around this $6 mark? Because as things currently stand, we have not yet seen share prices move into that area. So as we can see here, we have seen a moderate break above this $5.61 area. The current price high is coming in right around $5.66. So just about a 5-cent difference here, which is not very substantial. And you can almost call that a non-breakout, given the fact that share prices have now started to accelerate on the path lower. So there is potential here for a small false breakout to the top side if we were to see share prices accelerate from here. So what we're going to be doing in this video is to look at some very critical price zones that can hopefully be used to develop profitable trading strategies for this stock going forward. So as things currently stand, this near-term low comes in right around the $5.15 mark. This is a very important price zone, as we can see here, because if we're looking at this prior trending movement here, this $5.15 area marks the 23.6% Fibonacci retracement of the ascending move higher. So currently that's the dominant price move that we are watching here. It's essentially this area here, sort of outlined by this white line. This would be the trending move that we're looking at this point. We can sort of redraw the Fibonacci retracement zones a bit here to account for this difference in the prior this most recent price high breaking above the prior price high at $5.61. This moderately changes the picture here, but not by much. So what we're currently dealing with is a share price movement that is attempting to find support right around this 23.6% Fibonacci level, as we can see here. This is important because if we were to see a break below here, a firm break below here, this would sort of put the stock on a path now to start trending lower and to start testing Fibonacci retracement zones that are at lower prices. So we have started to see some spike movements below this area, as we can see here. As I said, this this Fibonacci retracement zone is the 23.6% region. That's this yellow zone. That's this orange zone here. And this has occurred after the yellow exponential moving average has been broken. So that would be the 20-period exponential moving average. This is the 1 hour price chart. So essentially what this means is that we have now broken below the 20-hour exponential moving average. As things currently stand, we have seen share price lows come in at $5.10. So this does break through this 23.6% fib level, but we really haven't seen convincing closes below that point. We're sort of closing right around these levels with some indecisive candles and then a little bit of a bounce higher. So this can still be considered to be a bounce here because the spike movement lower really hasn't resulted in convincing closing periods that we're trading below these prior support zones. So as things stand, you can still make the argument that this 23.6% fib level is holding, but it's definitely coming under pressure at the moment. Additionally, what we have to be watching here would be two areas. First would be the 50-hour exponential moving average. That's this orange rising line here, and it's also rising quite quickly. which does show that share prices have been moving higher quite quickly. But what this also means is that it's going to be easier for share prices to break through this level to the downside. So upward slopes like this that are dramatic and drastic tend to be easier to break to the downside. So it will be interesting to see here if share prices are able to actually find support at this 50-hour EMA, or if we move lower to test this 38.2% Fibonacci retracement coming in at $4.90. So that would be this area here, sort of this orange zone at the moment. Overall, this would send us back below the $5 mark, and this is an important area to watch because we also have a prior support zone, historical support zone, coming in right around $4.80. So this sort of gives us a zone of support that can be seen right around this area. And this does mean that any breaks below $5, that's not necessarily the end of the rally, because there are some support areas 10 to 20 cents lower, which could still catch prices and support share price activity from there. However, if we start to break more of these areas, this really does put the stock at risk because, as I said, this was a tremendously sharp movement in the positive direction. So when you start to see things like that, the pullbacks can also be equally dramatic and as substantial to the downside. So if we pull out to the indicator reading here to try to get some signals there, we are seeing some trend movements here that remain positive. However, again, this is a bit of a steep slope here in the relative strength index reading. So the relative strength index is the purple line here, and this is a bit of a steep slope. So if share prices do break below here, this would suggest that this most recent share price momentum to the top side would then have completed. So as I said previously, with the exponential moving averages, trend lines are also similar. If you see a very steep slope on a trend line, it becomes much easier to break that trend line. And currently, we are coming under a bit of pressure to the downside here at the moment. So if this purple line here were to break below this upward sloping trend line, this would suggest that the overall momentum for this stock has now run its course and that this upward trend movement that we were seeing previously has likely completed itself. So there are a few important areas to watch there. So as things currently stand, we can't really say that this trend movement has completed itself just yet, but there are some key signals that will need to be watched here going forward. So here's the current stock market update for NIO Incorporated, stock ticker NIO. Our high value trading strategies membership is currently available for a limited time for only $9.99 per month. These high conviction investment strategies are characterized by superior risk to reward metrics that target massive market beating returns over time. Join now to outperform the market. Lock in this special introductory rate of just $9.99 per month for the entire lifetime of your membership and start trading stocks with the pros.